The United States Navy maintains a number of its ships as part of a reserve fleet, often called the mothball fleet. While the details of the maintenance activity have changed several times, the basics are constant: keep the ships afloat and sufficiently working as to be reactivated quickly in an emergency. In some cases, such as the outset of the Korean War, many ships were successfully reactivated at a considerable savings in time and money. The usual fate of ships in the reserve fleet, though, is to become too old and obsolete to be of any use, at which point they are sold for scrapping or are scuttled in weapons tests. In rare cases, the general public may intercede for ships from the reserve fleet that are about to be scrapped, usually asking for the Navy to donate them for use as museums, memorials, or artificial reefs. Merchant ships held in reserve are managed as part of the separate National Defense Reserve Fleet within the U.S. Maritime Administration. Several of its sites, such as at Sassoon Bay in California, are also used to store regular Navy ships. Ships placed in the reserve fleets are categorized depending on priority, funding and the planned disposition. Category B ships are prioritized over the other categories when it comes to maintenance and funding. They are retained for possible future mobilization and will receive updates and upgrades as funding permits. Category C ships are maintained as is, meaning no updates or improvements unless funding becomes available after that assigned for Category B ships has been exhausted. Category D temporary is a state pending planned usage by the Navy, and the ships are maintained as is. Category X ships are stricken from the Naval Vessel Register awaiting disposal. Receives no maintenance except ships on donation hold. Category Z is for nuclear-powered ships and related support ships pending disposal. The James River is the anchorage for a large portion of the National Defense Reserve Fleet, called the James River Fleet or the Ghost Fleet, consisting of mothballed ships, mostly merchant vessels, that can be activated within 20 to 120 days to provide shipping for the United States during national emergencies, either military or non-military, such as commercial shipping crises. The Sassoon Bay Reserve Fleet is located on the northwest side of Sassoon Bay in the northern portion of the Greater San Francisco Bay Estuary. The fleet is within a regulated navigation area that is about 4.5 miles long and half a mile wide. Only a small portion of vessels currently remain with the Sassoon Bay Reserve Fleet. In January 2016, the Department of Transportation and Maritime Administration have both officially announced the fleet closure as of February 2017. All remaining ships will be sold at auction or scrapped. In 1946, the U.S. government excavated 24 million cubic yards of soil from the Neches River, southeast of Beaumont, to create the McFadden Bend Cutoff. This is the location of the fleet. The Neches River connects to Sabine Lake and then the Gulf of Mexico. The Beaumont Reserve Fleet is one of only 3 remaining National Defense Reserve fleets, and the only anchorage on the Gulf Coast. There are other reserve fleets which hold more warships than the fleets maintained by the Department of Transportation and the U.S. Maritime Administration. These are the U.S. Navy's 3 inactive ship maintenance facilities, located in Bremerton, Washington, Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In Bremerton, Washington, Puget Sound Naval Shipyard is a United States Navy shipyard covering 179 acres on Puget Sound. The shipyard contains a portion of the United States Navy Reserve Fleet, a large collection of inactive U.S. Navy vessels, including the aircraft carrier USS Kitty Hawk. In Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, several warships sit inactive and decommissioned, including the USS Cleveland, USS Denver and USS Tarawa. Anchored at the site of the former Philadelphia Navy Yard is a collection of U.S. Navy ships maintained in an inactive reserve status. The U.S. Navy formerly ran an enormous complex at this site, but have since downsized drastically and sold off most of the land for commercial development. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and check back for our next video.